Hi, I'm Dr. Scott Myers, and this is my first show where I interview a guest every week about him or her being a servant leader, and I ask questions about his or her business. And I am honored to have my very first guest, Kevin Weir, on. He is my mentor and my friend, and I thought I would just ask him some questions today, just to give my audience a little one-on-one and see how he got started and everything. So, Mr. Kevin Weir, I would like to know how you got started as an action coach.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on your show, Scott.
Hey, you're welcome.
How did I get started into coaching? So I'm a Spokane native and went down to Washington State University. And while there, I got the opportunity to go through officer training, ROTC, and became an officer in the United States Army along with my undergrad degree. Spent 4 years in the Army. And decided, and actually Uncle Sam actually decided for me that I needed to, after my 4-year commitment was over, to go back to school. So I then went back to school to get my MBA. I decided I wanted to chart a business career. And I went into then business and worked for some Fortune 500 companies. And one of the things that I realized is that there was really a lot of bosses, but not many mentors or coaches. So one thing I learned in Fortune 500 companies is that you have to be very political. You have to know who's got the right person, who's the right scratching back person. And there were very few people in corporate America who actually would care about your development. As long as it fit their political agenda, maybe they would. And so one of the things is through a whole series of events, I got into coaching in 1997. And I started off as a career coach for a company called Bernard Haldane Associates. And I absolutely fell in love with coaching because it was all about developing people. It was developing their thought processes, their skill sets, their own self-esteem, their own marketing, leadership, and I fell in love with it. But one of the things that I was learning when I was doing the career coaching is that I would have a lot of my career coaching clients would say in the middle of the coaching engagement, they said, you know what, Kevin, I think I want to change, instead of changing careers, I want to buy a business or start a business. So I was like, well, I have an MBA, let's rock and roll with it. And there I actually had clients who really engaged at a very high level with me and got a lot of success. And so I had some clients say, well, why don't you just do the business side full time? So I left my job and found Action Coach. And I was so impressed with Action Coach, I decided to buy the franchise in 2002 and started growing my business. The first 2 years was really rough. It took a lot of my effort to get it off the ground. But once it got off the ground, I started working with all sorts of business owners. And what I found was that business owners were the most passionate, energetic people in the world. They are the individuals who drive this economy and drive all of the things that we know that happen economically in a society. And I felt that it was my God-given calling to develop these people so that they could give back to their communities. And the only way they could grow and give back to their communities is to be a better business owner. And so that's what got me into coaching back in 2002. Now, there's been a lot of ups and downs that I've had over the years. I definitely was very adversely affected by the 2008-2009 housing crisis. But I've since been rebounded and we're growing again. We're making things happen. So it's been a almost 21-year ride now within Action Coach, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah. You're a true servant leader. You really, I've seen you with clients. You really like people. You really do. I mean, it's in your heart, and I just find it amazing how just your heart. You got such a big heart. And I was wondering, just more in detail about Action Coach. What programs do you have available at Action Coach?
So a little bit of history about Action Coach. Action Coach was actually started in 1993 by a gentleman by the name of Brad Sugars, who was a frustrated CPA. And he came out of accounting school and worked at a CPA firm. And the CPA firm basically said, you're going to do tax work. And he did not like doing tax work because he had an entrepreneurial mindset and loved helping business owners grow their business. And the CPA firm said, no, you're not here to help our client businesses grow. You're here to help them with their taxes. And he said, well, this is ridiculous. And so he got out of being a CPA and decided to start a coaching business where he was focused on business coach. And so he had so much success, he decided to create a system around his approach on growing and developing small to medium-sized business owners. And then he got so much detail, he decided to launch a franchise. So in 1997, he sold its first franchise and started growing it all over the world. So he opened up the first offices here in the United States in 2000. And it starts to grow in Britain in 2002, the European continent in 2004, and just started spreading all over the world to a point now that we've got almost 1,000 licensed and franchise coaches in 81 countries worldwide. So our programs are all about helping that small to medium sized business owners and their team grow. So the hallmark of Action Coach is the one-on-one coaching, where I sit down and I one-on-one coach small business owners to grow their business, whether that would be with systems development, with marketing, financial knowledge, team development, hiring properly. Everything a small business owner needs to get their business from point A to point B. Now, what we also offer is we offer specific classes in areas such as sales. So we have a 12-week sales academy. We have a 12-week management academy. So we teach young managers how to actually manage their teams. We are in the process of opening up a sales management 12-week academy. And eventually, in 2024, we'll launch a 12-week marketing academy. Wow. We are also in the process of starting a membership program whereby you as the business owner will be working with other business owners on a weekly and a monthly basis as a group of individuals who are going to learn from each other. You will learn from the coach and be able to work synergistically with each other so that everybody involved gets to live their business dreams. And we're doing it together as a cohesive unit, not just individuals.
Yeah, well, the research shows that teamwork really is what wins in business. And so you're saying is that these individuals collaborate and share ideas and bounce things off each other. And then as a team, a group, they move forward and all their businesses win. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. And I was looking at some of your programs and I was just it was just amazing. Like Action Coach has programs for everything from a 90-day growth club to hourly to annual. It's just, there's a program for each business owner along the way. And there's everything from marketing to management to sales to teamwork, systems, all that. And I just think that was really neat, all that, how that works. And so, I've always been curious. Let's say if I lived in New York City and I saw your advertisement online, can I be a client if I lived in New York City through a coaching session one-on-one on Zoom?
Certainly, if you want to engage a coach like myself, where we would do virtual coaching, and you're in New York and I'm sitting here in Spokane, and you wanted to work with me, absolutely. I have clients all over the United States. I have clients in New Hampshire, in New Jersey, in Texas, in California, in Utah. I've got one client who's actually going to be opening up a location in Florida. So yes. Now, if you wanted to work face-to-face with a local action coach, say you're in New York, Michael Brightman is the absolute best coach for you in that respect. And since we have coaches all over the world, you can have your option. If you want to work with me, great. If you want somebody local, there's probably an action coach that's not too far from you, and you can go see that coach in person, one-on-one, and participate in their group. So it's totally up to you and what you would work best for you.
And well, let's say like as a business owner, you're working and you have a problem or you're just kind of worried about something. Like, is there a program that connects with you? Like like I can just reach out and say, Kevin, I'm just stuck.
Yeah.
Can you help me out? Like,
So one of the things that I do offer in my one-on-one coaching programs that we do either weekly or bi-weekly coaching. But if you needed to reach out and just get unstuck, certainly that's available. There's a program called Marco Polo that's on phones, and you have private access to my Marco Polo, and you can just do like a video walkie-talkie back and forth. And I have clients who do that, and it works really well for them.
Yeah, well, and I've seen you work, and I'm amazed. You're attentive to individual needs. Like if somebody has a problem, you're right on it. And you're really good with people. And so I was, as we're kind of just wrapping this up, where do you think the future of coaching is going?
Well, I think there's always going to be a future for one-on-one coaching. I know with Action Coach, we are moving over the next couple of years. We're going to be moving to more of that membership program that I talked about. As a coach, I love that one-on-one coaching with people. I also know that the definition of a business is a commercial, profitable enterprise that works without you. So one of the things that I'm really developing over the next 6 to 7 years is to have the ability to have this business run without me. Therefore, a membership program will basically allow me to focus on a much higher level and allow team members to facilitate membership programs. Now, one-on-one coaching won't go away, but it will be much more focused in on the membership where everybody else helps everybody else out as a unified group. And then a few high-level people will still do one-on-one coaching with me or a member of my team. So one-on-one won't go away, but we're going to see a lot more of the membership. There's a great book called The Membership Economy by Robbie Keller Kellen Baxter, and she really nails it that this economy is really moving towards a membership economy, and we are moving along with that.
Well, yeah, and there's also the knowledge economy. We do better when we put our heads together. And when you mention membership, is there? From what I understand, there's more than one program, right?
It starts off at $195 a week, and then it moves all the way up to $895 a week. So there's those four different levels. And obviously, if you're a larger business, let's say you do 5 to 10 million in business, you're probably going to do $895 a month, which gets you some one-on-one coaching. If you're a small business, you're basically, only a couple of people in your team, you might start off at $195 a week to get some level of support. So it really depends upon your size and the intensity of coaching that you need.
Well, I'm just looking, I just saw this, and from the $895 a week, I mean, this is amazing. You get, you have an active membership, of course. Everybody meets weekly, monthly, and quarterly for the elite membership. No, excuse me, the elite Emerald membership. And the business coaching is 1-to-1. So they get your personal service. It looks like they get you every fortnight, which is what, every 2 weeks, 1 hour?
Every 2 weeks, yep.
Wow. So they can contact you, as well as looks like there's a monthly plan with a mindset group, quarterly. And then it says access to Brad Sugar's Learning International Speaking books. So do they get all of his books? Or?
Yeah, all of it. 30x.
Wow.
We call them 30x videos. So that's basically about there's 90 individual videos. It's about 45 hours of educational content that will help you be a much better business owner.
Yeah. And I did some research on Mr. Sugars, and he's a businessman. I mean, he's done it and made it. And I don't know if everybody's ever seen his house online, but it's like huge. And so you're getting great advice. This guy has already done it, made it. Now he's just giving back. So that's pretty cool. Well, you want to promote your site on where my audience can find details about your programs?
Yes, go ahead and type in Action Coach Spokane
Mm-hmm.
and there you will, or you can also go to Kevin Weir, KevinWeir.actioncoach.com. So either address will work, and there you'll be able to see all the things that we do. You're also going to be able to sign up for an initial strategy session with me. It's a complimentary strategy session where I can talk with you about your business needs and get to know you, throw in some great ideas, and then it's just strictly a discussion. And then if you do want to pursue further coaching, we would engage you. We would basically talk about what that looks like in your situation, help you make a decision around that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's such a good return on investment, such a minimal amount, but an exponential return on investment. Because when you have a business that runs by yourself, you get more time as a business owner to do your stuff, and you're healthier. And so it's just really an exponential ROI. Well, thank you, Mr. Kevin Weir. I know you're a busy man. I'll let you go. And I ask my audience, everybody to go to actioncoachspokane.com and check out Mr. Weir's opportunities. Thank you, Mr. Weir, and you have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you, Dr. Myers. Really appreciate talking to you today.
Okay, bye-bye.